Hello, welcome. Hello.
இப்போ எனக்கு காதில் ஃபிட் பண்ணும்போது அதில் தானே ஒர்க் ஆகும்.
இதில் சார்ஜ் மட்டும் போடு. இங்கே தான் போகும் இது. ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம். கூப்பிடு எல்லாரையும். Hi guys, good morning everyone. Welcome the session shortly.
uh, first answers. Naveen, Gautam. Well, this meet we are here. Some of about us. I would pay work people uh, who will have a piece of paper in hand handed over to you to so please fill that. Don't leave out any of the fields blank because that will be used for your icebreaker session. You can hand it back to one of these organizers. So, yeah, I forgot to mention we are on live on YouTube as we speak. Thanks, Shweta and Gana for that. Okay, so that's about it. Let's start with introduction about each and every one of you. I don't see any new faces here. Naveen,
CEI this point.
because
I recently joined around September this year. So I'm currently working in FHRP, Chicago. And
Saugi, can you please? CI it's been a
Joined CA in January 2024 and I have been working in
Shrikar, please.
I am Srikar. I
API.
Okay, I guess. So you guys are expected to ask a lot of questions. Over to Ghana for a PPT about vision and strategy.
Good morning, everyone. Hi. Please take your seat. Good morning, everyone. Um, Thank you for being here. Such a wonderful morning to be here for the all hands meeting that is happening in 2024. Like no take for every year that we were actually like no planning to expand the team. So this is a kind of a draft or initial. So this is this time. So this will like no put QA community. Okay. Start with the sayings. Okay. Um, the one of the most and the very wisdomful Dundrumila. Okay. That selves and thoroughly consider with the chosen people. So when we are with the right people and understand the concepts of like what we are doing, there is no such thing that we cannot achieve. So that is the actually core concept of it. Like that has been actually I really actually wonder about like how actually he described it like before like 2,200 years before, right? That kind of knowledge. And then the பொருள் கருவி காலம் வினையோடு இடனோடு ஐந்தும் இருள் தீர எண்ணிச் செயல். It means that five things actually will reflect our actions, right? Cost, that is like money, tool, time, purpose, and the place. If you remove any of these elements, then the ultimate achievement, what we are aiming for, will not actually go further, right? So I would like to actually start with these two items, then proceed with the vision, mission, and the strategy of one minute. Right. This is I am actually Dr. Ganpati Subramaniam. I have actually been with CA for the past 8, and to start with the vision. The agenda is to actually go through the vision, mission, strategy, goals, differentiator out. Furthermore, social media. As you do an intelligent automation, ensuring the seamless processes and exceptional customer satisfaction. So these two that we are actually to make, we are actually that is not only for the customer, helps us first, and then whatever the benefits that we have, that we can actually spread that benefit to the other people too. That is the vision that set the new efficiency, going for including efficient and effective to the customer, to us, and then for actually the total growth of the department. Okay, so that will be our mission. Vision will be I don't actually see the QA and RP as actually two different parts, because both actually comes under the complete quality based, process based oriented stuff. So for the both QA and RP, I proceeding with the goals that accuracy, like as we know that we actually started working on certain aspects of using the tools and techniques and strategies, like 2022, as you see, that is actually a very 100% upside down change in the tools usage and the efficiency of the tool output that we are actually retrieving, right? So there are that the with the CI/CD pipelines, and there are test data managers that need the overall picture there, right? So we will be enhancing the testing accuracy and the efficiency through the advanced tools. And second is that reduce the operational costs with the end-to-end automation. It is not actually automatic. We are actually envisioned for, we do that automation, test automation, in the sense you grab the scenarios, whatever actually that fits into that, so that will automatically get reduced the operations cost for that, and that will achieve, these two will achieve the faster time to market by integrating the process oriented items into the QA as well, so that knowing we can use the RPA items too. So foster the culture of the continuous improvement and innovation, which tends us to upskill ourselves in the trends by setting up, like a regular sessions or a regular, like the regular actually like webinars to attend it and to explore the tools as well. Next. The key initiatives that we are to adopt generation. Like no, we are not actually like no. We are programmer review audience. That needs to be skilled is because the multiple of excellence. We start like the RPA if you take perfectly like RPA and tools and topics for everyone in 2025. Okay, there are key initiatives that we have done. What are the differentiators, right? Like no, as a QA, like no, we know that like we are actually like comparatively like we are a very small team to start with, but the knowledge that we bring in, how actually like we create an impact to the customer or we create an impact to a different numbers is absolutely the idea behind like how we are different. That is the and we build the framework differently so that like they own the framework for them. And we improve the quality consistency whenever actually like we talk to a client or think like no they will come up with like what would be my ROI, right? The return on investment, right? See, there are a lot of factors that needs investment, that is ROI, but probably like no the point that they are missing is that like they always talk about the cost savings, like how would actually like I will minimize the cost or something like that, but how much quality as a consistent manner, okay, like that are the key parts that right, like no do you know the cost of QA? Okay, try not doing it. Okay, so that is what actually like usually like there's a meme about it, like that actually I assessment process such that and in the um like observed, like not how we analyze it first whether what is the kind of like attention that process is requiring, and then like we proceed with the actions towards it. And then finally, it's a distributed team collaboration. So obviously, like that like your CA team or like then like they are very diversified from the tools and the techniques that they use, and like we have a overall wisdom from like in most of different part of the regions, right? So they have their own knowledge to put together, like, and then they come up with the software development background. So they put in their like analytical skills as well to to enhance the tools we use, ideas actually that we bring in, right? So that is what actually the distributed team collaboration means. Next slide, please. The key steps that what are we going to do? The vision, but where to create, right? So that's where we will actually gain the access to the tools and the mentorship that the sense like that you have clients organization, and then like that is an option that actually like, whatever the own the level up, have the confidence on you that like like you are actually ideas like no we have actually moved past their concept stage, like no we are not actually like no building that or thinking through that like how it can be done, what it can be done, and then like it's a that this can be okay. Search the Google is the answer itself. That's our MVP level is like no we have reached up to the level that like, seek the idea with the Google or the Chat GPT for a betterment of it. Okay, so that is where actually like it comes in. So we have already have a very strong MVP. Percentage of the organization list. Okay, if you talk about who are all the early adapters of RPA, we come at the top 1% of the global. I'm saying like like even actually with the um, big players like like Infosys or like CTS or TCS, like we have like I believe I actually like communicate with them at least once in a week as like a group collaboration activity. But I can proudly say that like a CA the early adopters of any recent technology actually that comes in, and we would have done the POC against it and evaluated that particular tool. Okay, that's what actually like we are into the steps. Next one, please. Bring you to we actually like segment. Ganesh Deenadayalan is actually dynamic who will be actually our playwright expert. He is the performance guy. You know that, like automation anywhere, Catalan, and okay, no idea. YouTube for with the conclude. So where we want to actually 2025 journey with the innovation, collaboration, and excellence, so that really we can shape the QA. All right. Thank you very much. Of thank
Yes, do not take so we are all see rooted in every day the complex Vivek working under the be a what so has been about now slide design and purpose delivery style or third product stuffs okay egg or and no no we how can we face walk, actually get in, visualize, and you have so like as the developers, they developers or you have to the healthcare. So just uh, you could the perspective that this we can actually not the end. Yeah, get just sit down, ever let active. It would be added rather every 2 weeks the scenario and being covered in the actually if you can maximum 10 tweakers envision execution phase and build what happens functional. Yes, and designing cover the habit execute about and you have to find a new the developer. Next one. Bug have to and actually everything would be there. So what's next? And developers has to fix it, right? So you wait. Okay. Rather waiting the developers to fix that, just impact. What are the impact test cases? You have to share all the impact test cases such that you while doing the retesting, you would not actually miss or you would not get a new find or new bugs to be found. So most of the cases, once you raise the bug and somewhere it opens out, the new functionality is being opened up. So what happens? So again, you have to retest and you have to wait for the 1 day or 4 hours or 2 hours, and you have to wait for the fix. So it would actually affect the process on delivery in the quality side. So rather communicate whatever you find, you just have to collaborate with the developers and get it solved. As soon as possible, the impact is good. Okay, take an example. Okay, you have a customer registration page and you have a transaction page. So on the fly also you can actually register the page. So there are two modules, like customer registration mode and transaction mode. Okay. So you are actually registering the customer page. Okay. While doing the on the fly with the the new customer, it is not working. So you have to say or you have to put a note to the developer like on the fly is working. Sorry. Customer registration part is working, but on the fly, it is not working. Like, these are all the data now I'm providing, but it is working here and it is not working here. So that kind of an preliminary analysis, you have to do it from your end, and such that, it would help the developers and get it solved wherever, it's impacted. Okay, that is where, we have to treat ourselves in the defect logging phase. And the next one is if you do this process correctly, and finally, you would actually get a delivery side. So delivery is nothing but actually, this is the timeline. I do the smoke testing, I do the sanity testing. Okay, let it go, and I just wait. No issues have to be found from the UAT. Not this attitude. We have to bring it. I have tested this, and this will be a defect free. Such kind of an assurance, we have to provide to the. We have to get it, and such that the developers also will feel better. So in that way. So if you are not assume the requirements, not expecting the expected result, and not expecting, not executing just the test case design, and not just communicate whatever you find, what are the process being designed to us, and we can get the defect-free product. So this is what I mentioned here: not having the complete acceptance criteria, not designing all cases, not ready to discuss or clarify with the developers, and as well. No, sometimes we have to put a mask like a BA or product owner to always keep the user in our mind to get a defect-free product. So again, the formality, the quality is not just a formality; it should be as it is. Like from every step, we have to make sure how can we tweak ourselves. Today, this will be the process, and tomorrow, there will be a new change on the methodology. When the methodology changes, and the process should also get tweaked. So that is what we could actually stand. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Gana and Kalyan, for that wonderful presentation on our vision for 2025 and mindset of QA. So now let's get to know some of the teams of QA RPA. So API Web Store led by Ramalakshmi, automation being done by Saugantika, FHLB automation team led by Soumitra Tusaha, and a couple of key players of our practice, Gautam and Pradeep are part of it as well. Industrial scientific led by Sharna Chandrahasan and a couple of key players, Prakash and Swati led. FHLB RPA led by her as well. Naveen and Monica doing a part of it. API automation led by Kanimoli, Mahalakshmi, Lakshmidhar Das, and Pooja Srinivasan part of that. Now they're all going to come here one by one to share their experiences and challenges faced by them in their respective projects and the approaches taken by them to resolve those. So let's observe and learn. Saudi, please come up here and start your presentation. Thank you.
Sound of
Switch.
switch.
So, good morning, everyone. This is Saurabhika from API e-commerce. So, yeah, our platform is an e-commerce platform with lots of interface for the users to purchase. And each and every time they make a purchase, they will have to log inside the web store. And our functionality does not only restrict to web store, it also has different portals like seller portal, client portal, and unlimited. So going on to the automation script, each and every test case in our automation script has the login functionality. This login functionality is something where which is required to authenticate the user, and each and every time we call this function in our test script. So we have thought like at least we have reduced the lines of code instead of reducing the execution time. The execution time still remains the same. So going on to our next challenge is that we are in a state where we are integrating unmet portal to our project. So in this case, unmet portal asks for our email ID and password, no wonder, just like any other application. But it also asks verification code, which is received in our mobile phones. Mobile phones, we can't always get the mobile phone and manually type it, so there will be no reason for automation there. So we were searching for a solution to handle such a scenario. Going on to more searching, we were like, and that's when something which Rana always mentions came in our mind that maybe you can do something manually, you can also automate it. So then we got two solutions for it. Can you change the next slide? So let's take a real life scenario. Your salary is credited into your account. So you have three options. First option, you go whenever you want to spend any money, taking from 10 rupees to 10,000. You go search for an ATM, you swipe the card, take the money and spend it. That's a very long procedure. So the second solution you can do is that take a lump of money, store it in your wallet or purse, and use it whenever the need arises. Right? We all do that. The third solution would be a much more easier solution where you have a simple interface just like your bank account. You take your mobile application, scan it, and the money is transferred. So the options 2 and 3 is the solutions I have discussed over here. Similar, connecting to the automation, we can see it. So the first thing is preserving authentication state and reusing it. Yes, we are storing the authentication state using the playwright's code, in application, and then we will be storing it in a JSON file. So whenever we run the test suite, we take the JSON file, we run it, and then we go to the required page, or you can say the landing page, and then we do the other functionalities. That's how it is made. You can use this JSON file directly in your test using test.use, or you can also integrate it in your playwright config file. The second solution is that playwright's launch persistent context. So launch persistent context, what does it do? It does, it opens the local browser that you use in your system for running your automation test case, so that it retrieves your user data directory. What is this user data directory holds? This holds everything, whatever we are using in our local browser, taking from your emails, passwords, and authentication states, cookies, etc. So that we are using it here, so we do not have to log in again and again when we run the test. Moving on to the next slide. Yeah, so this is the result I have achieved. That is, so we have created a sample code for 20 lines of code. So before the execution time was 1 minute 6 seconds. So after using the first solution, that is preserving authentication state, the time was decreased to 27 seconds, where the performance gain was 60%. And using the second solution, it was merely reduced to 8 seconds, and the performance gain was 88%. And I have to thank for these solutions, because our execution time for the entire test tube has been reduced very much. And I hope everyone will use it and have a look on it. Happy debugging. Thank you.
Thank you, Saudi. The solution given by your team to reduce the execution time was very, very noteworthy. So I call upon Shomabrato Saha here to present this.
So, hi everyone, I'm Saha. So we have been working with FHLB domains for last 4 years, I guess. We are a team of 3 with Gautam and Pradeep, and there were other members who left CEI. Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines have a legacy system, desktop application. So we are going to see today that how we came up with a lot of challenges which are not modern day challenges, I would say, because these are legacy desktop application. You would not find any great solution in Google as well. So how we encountered those challenges and came up with some of the solutions by our framework customization. So to start with, FHLB was very clear with the tool selection. They wanted a one-stop solution, which would also give them a no-code, low-code feature for their non-technical user. On doing that POC, we kind of went through a lot of tools, but Catalog Studio fit us well, because it not only gives us the flexibility, but also gave them a security norms, handling things also in terms from the FHLB's security protocols. So upon starting Catalog framework with SimCorp, that's where the challenges began. So one of the biggest challenge for us was like SimCorp Dimension, which is a financial application. They outsourced for their all the integrated systems. So on so many pages, they didn't have any locators. So in any modern day application, especially in web app, if you just pick any element, you would find ID or name or any other locator to identify that element, right? But in our case, there were no locator. If you find, let's take an example, like if you have a web page where you have all the field to enter information, on all those fields in terms of SimCorp, there were no information around it. It's just edit, and you can only identify it by index, like first of edit, second of edit, or third of edit. So how do we crack it? That was the biggest challenge. And the second challenge we had to think about it when we are trying to find the solution was like, how do we maintain also? Because we have to give a solution which will be persistent enough so that they can use it so many times, and we also have to give the execution for longer period, right? So that was one of the challenges we faced, and the second challenge was like from the Catalan tool itself. So one thing we came from our experience is like we are not the slaves for the tool. We can't limit ourselves to use a tool. We have to make the best out of it, right? So with Catalan Studio, what happened? The result which they were producing, the detailed report, it gives all the details, like how you are developing the script, what log you are writing inside it, each and every detail it used to provide. And when it goes to the end user, even for the management level reports, people, when they used to review the report, it was very confusing because it had a lot of noises inside the report. They would see all the method names and all, which not necessary for them, right? So that was one other big challenge for us. I will come to the part where how we fix those challenges. And the third and most important challenges were like we took a lot of internal methods of catalog because one of the issue was like when it used to switch the window, which is pretty common for desktop application, it used to take 3-4 minutes of time, and that it really hurt us on the execution time as well. So we'll see how we came up with all those solutions. Can I next slide? So yeah, on the approach, I would say, so we did a lot of tried and tested method over the year. We kept transparent about it with the client. We just kept them in the loop so that they can understand the process. Also, we made sure that the delivery had no impact. Thanks to my team. And on that as well, we really enhanced a lot of layers on top of Catalog Studio and kind of found some of the solutions which entitled with best practices also. So first solution was like, I would say I would take this one. So for that, screens which did not have any locators. So we had only elements with tag names and indexes. So let's take an example. If you want to store 3 elements separately in 3 objects, you would have to store like, okay, username equal to edit of 1, then address equal to edit of 2, and then let's say some other information equal to edit of 3. Then if the index of any of the index would change, then you have to go inside each and every object and change that. That was a very tedious process for us in the beginning. So what we did, we kind of brought a template in the CSV file. In that template for each screen in page object model, we kept all those elements in the same page. And we kind of listed out the index in the same page. So whenever in the later part also, if the developer include a new field, it was very easy for us to maintain those indexes in the same place. And we just did not hard code those XPaths inside that template. What we did, we just injected a mechanism inside that so that in runtime, whichever field need to be located, for that field alone, it will create those XPath in the runtime and make use of it. So that was a deal breaker for us. And then in the second also, you'll see for reporting side, I would say. So for the reporting side, like we tried to change the script, and even from the non-technical user, from their businesses, they were very keen on changing it because they were looking into the details. They could see how we are writing the script. They would not be familiar with the best practices, but they wanted to have a cleaner result. So they were looking for more linear scripting kind of stuff. But we had exchanged a lot of conversation that how it would impact their maintenance and all. Then we even deep into that, and we tried to understand why they are asking for that change. So that is where we kind of understand the reporting detail is the main reason, and that is where we propose the extend report, which embedded with our Catalan's framework layer. We upgraded those libraries, and with that extend report, we just kept the validation part and the screenshots and kind of demonstrated with the client and the business people also, and they were very happy about it. So from that also, we need to learn that in our day-to-day practices with our clients, they may ask us sometimes a lot of questions that we need these changes and all. We just don't need to blindly do those changes, we need to always go behind it and understand why they are asking for it, so that as a technical expert, we can give the best solution out of it, right? So, and last is like in the Catalan also, we did a lot of other changes also. And over these years, as I said, it's all tested and tried. We still we are trying to improve, and hopefully by now, as you can see, the execution time also with this has increased, and we have so far with 350 end-to-end tests, we have saved around 40% of execution time, and hopefully in the next year also we'll see more improvements. So yeah.
Thanks a lot, Saha, for that presentation, which covered the hardships faced during your desktop automation and the solution provided by your team. It was a real eye-opener for us. Thanks for that. I request Shamila Chandravasan to please present her slides for IS.
This is about Industrial Scientific Corporation. I just want to give a brief introduction about the company. Industrial Scientific Corporation is a manufacturing company that manufactures gas detection instruments that's going to be used by the workers in the industry. Like if they are using, if they are into mining, or if they're into constrained areas where they are working. So these instruments are going to help them to detect the gases in case of less oxygen or any hazardous gases for which they are exposed to. So these gas detection instruments, like they have multiple gas detection instruments, like single gas as well as multi-gas instruments as well. These instruments need to be configured with values like sensors to detect the gases. They can have the alarm values that used to be configured and customized based on the requirement from the users, and then be shipped to these customers. To do all these, like Industrial Scientific Corporation has a separate line, like the manufacturing line. The manufacturing line only, like will be configuring these instruments and then shipping it to the customer. So it's like a parallel line going on for all the instruments. These applications, like the applications the manufacturing team uses, comes under the project called operational applications, where they will be using desktop applications to configure it, and then an individual application to customize it, and then another application to even generate the reports, like the labels on that will be kept inside the box and then shipped to the customer. So this is the operational application project that we have been working on. So as we said, we have all these applications, and even for area monitoring, and even for instruments that are going to get wrapped in real time. We have so many desktop applications, and they are dependent on multiple ACI applications. They are hosted in multiple services. The manufacturing line, when they start, their day, they want all their APIs to be up so that they can get started right then, because at the end of the day they are going to configure or customize multiple instruments, and they will even have a period to finish that. So what happens in the few period is like they were reporting issues like some of the APIs are down, or one of the servers is down, and they are not able to proceed, or they are not even able to start their day. In such cases, once they are available, they will be reporting to the technical team like us, offshore or on site, and then we'll be troubleshooting the issue and talking to the respective person, fixing it, and then we can get back to it. So this is giving a long downtime to the manufacturing line, and they are not able to proceed with their day-to-day work. So the next slide, please. So the approach that we came up with is every time, before the manufacturing line starts, we'll be checking all the production servers and APIs. And if there are any issues found, we'll be reporting, or we'll be troubleshooting, collaborating with the respective be it Oracle or be it INET. And then finally, before the manufacturing comes, it will be all sorted out. Or we will at least intimate the manufacturing team, like it's saying, we have to wait for a few hours till this issue gets resolved. So if we even have a schedule, a round robin fashion, where every member in the offshore will be checking these production, and then they will be giving a sign off. This is the daily activity that's being done. So this is taking a little bit of manual effort that we want to eradicate. So the solution is, we have created a PowerShell script that runs in a particular dedicated machine at ISC. what it does is it does the health check for all the production APIs and the checks the responses as well. One additional is it also fetches UI elements from the web application to be used in the other APIs. This PowerShell script is hosted there, and it is also integrated with the dedicated Teams channel via webhooks integration. So what happens is we have created a task schedule that it runs at a particular time, like 50 PM, so that we are well ahead for the manufacturing and starts. So we will get the status in the Teams channel, and the technical team will be monitoring the Teams channel. So if we find that any of the APIs is not working, or based on the logs that is being provided in the server as well, then we will intimate the manufacturing team first. And then we'll start troubleshooting the issue, and then we'll be able to fix the issue, or at least save the money. Right? So this is how it is done, and the result that we face is we don't have any downtime so far, because we are well ahead in troubleshooting and in fixing the issue as well. And why we chose PowerShell is because of its lightweight nature. We don't want any maintenance. And then finally, if there is any maintenance effort, it is only going to be the changes that we can see in the production side, or if there is any UI changes, or even if the APIs is hosted in a different particular server. So only that maintenance is required. Other than that, there's no, or that's a very maintenance to this. So the result is we have no downtime from the manufacturing line, or if not a little.
Peculiar and unique domain to I think you guys have been part of this team for the past 8 years. Nice hearing from you. The solutions provided by your team was truly innovative. Now I call upon Lakshmidhar Das to present his slides.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. This is API American Petroleum Institute. This one of the standard institutions in America that represent all the aspects of American oil and all the natural gas industry. So the API has 4 LOB my source, ICP, engine oil, and DL. So we have automated our end-to-end script with Selenium with C#. And also additionally, we have smoke tests that will be triggered in every daily basis, like hourly and daily basis, to ensure that the site is operational. And if any failure occurs, then it will be sent and automatically mailed. So, for end-to-end page load performances, for after every deployment, we are running this end-to-end script. So make sure that performance is fine, and for check every functionality. So the challenge we are facing here is overall time is taking longer higher than, and for Selenium, modern application like React and .NET, it is not compatible to not integrated well with Selenium. So we are proposed to migrate into Playwright. So Playwright is like a web automation tool that provided by Microsoft, and it is a cross-browser and cross-platform features. So we have these are some highlighted features of Playwright, like auto-waiting capability. So before Selenium, if you perform any action of an element, then you need to check the wait load, and then you need to click on the action. So in Playwright, we no need to wait for this particular element. So you just need to click on the element. So internally, it will be check the stability and visibility of the element. So trace log. So each and every test run has been executed. It will generate one trace file. So that will be helpful if any test case getting compared. Like it contains all these snaps, logs, insert logs, and network error. So inbuilt video recordings like Playwright have this inbuilt video recording. If you go for Selenium, the Selenium we may need to some third-party library to record this video session for all our test execution. So after migrated into Playwright, so we are exceeding this performance gain side for my source, we are exceeding 67.5, and for ICT 44%, and for engineering DA 58 and 71% respectively. So so overall you can exceed the performance time by 60%, like 55 to 60%. So, thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmidhar. It was a nice presentation from you. So the challenges faced by the team and the solution of Playwright migration provided by you guys was very nice. Kudos for that. I call upon Monica to present her slides.
I'm Monica Vijaykumar. I'm a part of the RPA team working for the FHLB Advanced Initiative. So FHLB offers loans basically for mostly construction related projects. So the users submit documents as a part of this loan application process containing information about the budgets to support the development process. These documents include information such as the project plans, their budget, purpose, uses of funds, sources of funds, and other relevant information that can be used to evaluate their eligibility. So currently, FHLB manually does this process and evaluate them to assess the eligibility of the real estate portions in the documents. Their evaluation includes typically verifying whether the loan amount is considerably allocated for construction-related purposes, ensuring the bank's intended uses of funds. However, this manual process is very time-consuming, and for each document it takes a minimum of 45 minutes to process. As a whole, the cumulative effort is about 40 hours per month to handle around 20 to 40 documents. And FHLB finds this to be a tedious and time-consuming process, and they wanted to automate it. So our RPA team has suggested an approach which uses GenAI integrated with low-code solution. So the proposed low-code solution enhances and automates the process of retrieving documents and processing them using AI prompts, like summarizing the content and classifying them into categories as suggested by the FHLB team. So this process, once the results are generated using the AI prompts, we compile them into an Excel sheet and send it to the FHLB for approval. So this is an add-on that we have given them as an early process, because to verify whether the results generated by the AI prompts equals the manual process results. So this helps in getting feedback and the review for the continuous improvements. So the result is that when the manual process takes place, it takes 45 minutes for each document, whereas when we do it using Microsoft Power Automate and AI prompts, it takes only 5 minutes to process, and thus significantly reducing the time and effort taken by them to manually process these documents, improving the decision making and the overall efficiency. Also, the integration with AI prompts gives reliable and consistent outcomes by analyzing and processing these documents.
Thank you, Monica, for your presentation. The solution provided by your team using Power Automate and AI prompts was the real catch for that. Now over to Ghana for the launch of QA Copilot.
Take a break, 5 minutes, and then we'll come back.
Okay, take a break. So we'll disperse for a short 5 minutes break and we'll gather back again. Thank you. So we are not able to hear you, Gana.
Okay. Are you able to hear you now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Right. Okay, so we are actually trying to enhance our lives first, so that we can spread our hands to the others, right? So we are actually going to launch a new tool that helps the QA and RPA persons, and it is actually a kind of a draft version of a tool. That will be also growing, year by year. The people are actually working towards it, and I would like to actually launch. Fire. So the literal meaning of aim and fire actually stands for, it's an AI model that we are actually, that is an AI model based functional intelligence regression engine. Is the tool, it's a co-pilot tool that is intended to help and assist every QA on their artifacts development. Okay, so in future, this tool will be enhanced to provide you all the functionalities that you require, and all the scenarios that actually that are related to that particular domain will get you generated automatically and provide you the content to you as a initial starter. So having the boilerplates initial framework being set up by us, developed by us, and running the POCs, it's a kind of a old era now. Now what we have is that we can have a mockups, we can have a defined application or defined URL. Once you provide the URL, or once you provide the images of your application, Aim and Fire Copilot Studio will give you the scenarios generated by using its domain knowledge, not only particularly to the image that you are giving. For example, if you are giving a login image, it does not actually only create the login scenarios, but it also actually predict what are the other scenarios that will go in, right? And if you are providing 5 related images, it understands the complete context of all those 5 images and write the scenarios between those things, right? So can you please go on? Next one. So I am here to proudly launch this Aim Fire Copilot Studio that will be available within CEI premises to you all, and you can actually execute it from your Visual Studio Code. So what does it do? The main aim for this one is to not make you lazy, but to enhance or boost your productivity by minimum of 20%. Okay, that is our the initial target, right? It doesn't mean that you go and actually putting everything into an OpenAI ChatGPT and get the response and use it as it is. Okay. It is going to work as an assistance to you so that you can create or generate the document or artifacts in a precise and in a very standardized way. So that it will keep the standards, and whatever the format, whatever the content, whatever the relevancy that you expect, that this actually the tool will provide an assistance. Okay. So this will boost the productivity, so that you can take the contents of it and it will put you in the place it is where to ready to test, right? The second thing is that the ideology of enhancing or improving the test coverage, right? if the domain knowledge is very, very important for any QA or RPA person to deal that scenarios with, right? In such cases, we understand the scenario that we deal with or that the product owner or business analyst come up with. Okay, there might be a scenario that needs to be thought through to provide or enhance the user perspective as well, right? From the user perspective, the domain may demand another set of a scenario where we can actually seek the help of generative AI, which has a large consciousness about that particular domain. Okay, so the second step is this is the studio that will actually enhance or improve the text coverage. Third thing is that it helps accelerating the testing process. Means that creating the artifacts, creating the test cases, creating the test scenarios, creating the test steps with the relevant test data, those will be possible with this Copilot Studio within ours. But as of now, what we are expecting is that when you provide the tool or when you provide the required input like images or URL, it will analyze, it will evaluate, and again it validates by itself, and accordingly it generates the test scenarios, and from the test scenarios it generates the test cases, and from the test cases it generates the test steps with the relevant test data that is related to your domain, and then it will take those test steps and the test scenarios to make it to the test scripts as well. Right now, actually, we have incorporated only the playwright to generate that, the test scripts, which is in a ready to execute manner, right? So that is the, the thing that we are actually accelerating the testing process. It is not accelerating completing the sentence or so. It is a complete process has been accelerated so that you start with some kind of a boilerplate to kickstart the testing process. Okay, how did we actually achieve this with this AimFire? Is that this is a multi-agent RAG system. Okay, RAG is a kind of retrieval-based augmented generations, which is like you talk to GPT, right? GPT assumes or understands from your question and then think as the questioner and then choose his role based on your question and provide you the answer, right? So it is like a one-on-one interaction. It is like, for example, if you want to get a query on a legal things, it will act as a lawyer. Okay, if you want actually some medical condition, if you want to discuss with it, it will act as a doctor, right? If you want actually anything in a domain expertise, it will act as a domain expertise, something like that, right? The multi-agent system here, what actually deals is that we utilize these roles, okay? We created agents, one as a business analyst, one as a automation tester, and one as actually manual quality assurance person, and then one as a developer. We make these agents talk with the given input. We provide the image as an input, and all these 4 agents analyze in their own role. Business analyst will look that image in a different way. Developer will look that in a different way. QA will look that in a different way. And an automation developer will look that in a different way. Okay. The core point is that we made all these 4 agents talk to each other. Okay. And then collaboratively, we define what are all the potential test scenarios. And from that test scenarios, what are all the potential test cases? And what are all the test steps that can be generated with the test data? And from there, we can also actually execute that playwrights. So that is what actually this AimFire Copilot does it for you, right? So the goal is not to completely eradicate the process. Okay, we need to clearly understand that, okay? Still, the process is with you. still how you handle the artifacts is with you, still the complete reviewer is you. This tool will assist you to deliver the unparalleled quality through a generative intelligence by eliminating the redundant tasks and boost the overall productivity. Initial overall productivity that what we are achieving or aiming is for like 18 to 20%. Okay, but if you look at as a very whole large group of a team, 18 to 20% is like 12 months, right? 12 months, 20% means 2 months of work that you can get eliminated. That is how actually this is work. Okay, please. So the benefits, what we actually get out of from this is that we combine the real-time knowledge. These GPTs that the OpenAI, Anthropic, and these actually Claude, these are all the some of the GPTs are advanced way they have been trained. Okay, it has enormous knowledge as a business analyst, as a product owner, as in a domain expert like that. Okay. So we want to bring in this real-time knowledge with the AI insights to generate this capability, so that we can provide you the context-relevant ideas. Okay, you can simply actually go and ask the ChatGPT like that. Okay, give me the login strategies. It will generate it for you. But how could it be customized for your application? And what are all the data that are supposed to be used for your application only? Right? It cannot actually do it. But this multi-agent RAG system, you can, it has an injected data from your application. You can provide the sample test data, and then from that test data, it will actually uses that one to generate the values, right? Improved explainability in the sense it has the functional intelligence within it. So it has the capability to define this is what the scenario does, and then this is what it is meant for. You maybe actually think of the scenarios in a very high level way without consulting a domain expert, but this has the functional intelligence to provide you almost all the test scenarios that can be generated from it. Okay. Third thing is adaptability to the dynamic systems, which is the retrieval mechanism that we are actually using, so that according to the application needs and the changes, according to the interaction that you do with this Copilot, it has the context relevancy, so that when you add in another scenario, it keeps the context of the previously generated scenarios, like first home page, to the landing page, to the some products page means it keeps the context, and then for the fourth page, it utilizes the knowledge that's been gathered in these 3 pages and then combine the scenarios to the fourth page too. If there is a back button or back to the something means, it knows when you click back what page it should go to. Okay, even in a normal GPT system, it doesn't actually do that. Okay. The scalability for the complex functional testing. So this is a multi-layered functional intelligence, isn't it? Because what we do is we are not just understanding or creating it from the general vertical down order, but also actually a horizontal scale. When I say horizontal, DA is actually one horizontal part, QA is a horizontal part, product owner is in one horizontal part. Okay, like that. Okay, vertical in the sense inside the the role, and then how actually we deal with that. So horizontal layer, we segregate the things and we bring those things in. So these are all I can say that these are the benefits of using this Copilot. So these are all the people who actually has contributed their ideas and to build this product. And I'd like to actually give a very big round of applause. So though these people actually have been working in the other enthusiastic, innovative ideas, but they have contributed to make this happen. And these people will be continuing, and there are more people actually being involved to enhance this product and take this product to the next level, so that we can build our own assistants for the better delivery and the product. Okay, I would like to next. So this is the overall workflow that actually I have explained, right? So we, as of now, you can actually provide a URL or images. Okay, images needs to be gathered. It can be from your application or from the mockups that your UX designer has been creating. Just collect the mockups and collect the images, put it into a folder, and run the application. That's it. Okay, it will take care of for every image. First, actually, it will determine, okay, what is that image? What I am actually dealing with. It creates a complete descriptive things and put a title for that. Okay, and then keep it in a contextual way that how am I going to see that particular image. Okay, from that image, it will generate the scenarios. Okay, what are all the potential scenarios that will get generated for this item? Okay, it will generate all the scenarios, and for every scenario with the relevant context, that will actually go into a test case, create the test cases. And for every test case, it will create the test steps. And then it will also use the general test data, but also there is a contextual database, that's a vector database that we will be using. So that database will contain the information that the exact data that you want to use to your application. Okay, so it won't deviate from it. Okay. This data, whatever that we are injecting, that are already legal checked, it's a complete security mark, and it's a completely scaffolded data. Okay, it is not actually a random data that's been actually picked by any generative AI, so that we will be using it in our application. Okay, it's completely scrutinized data that can be used for generating the test data for the test steps. Okay, these are all handled by OpenAI and with the RAG. Okay, the RAG system. From this, finally, we consolidated these items into a couple of files. One is actually a script, and then one is actually an HTML based. So why HTML? It will produce an output. You can actually open that output in an HTML or any browser. As you can see, it is actually segregated into scenarios, test cases, and test steps. Then where you can actually either copy paste it or use it, or you can collaborate it, whatever actually that is. Till that level, analyzation part, it will provide it to you. And then how actually you are going to take that out and work on that, that's up to you. Right. Right. So I would like to show you a very short demo of how actually how it works. So this is the in a C drive, we have a test images. Just want to know, I want to actually generate for only one image. I have a screenshot that's been taken from the Amazon cart. I put it to this images folder. That's where that cart image has been put in. So this is my cart image. That's where a shopping cart of Amazon, Prime, even. And then I have actually put together the prompts and the configuration that whatever that I need. This is pre-built that actually comes with the in the code, and this is actually a completely environment-based solution. So once the image is ready, we can. So this is where actually the Copilot code resides. You just actually run the code. As you see that it process the image for generating the image title for the description, and it started generating the scenarios first. Okay, so potential scenarios, after consulting these multi-agents, it actually provided these and then processes every particular scenario. So the first thing is verified shopping cart displays correct item. So it starts with that, check deselect all item functionality, validate quantity drop down selection, compare with similar items, proceed to check box, checkout box. So all these scenarios being well drafted with the functional context, not like the title displays at the top. Okay, whether actually, so it's not only the UI based thing. UI based scenarios is also there, but again, so once actually it is generated, everything it started creating the test cases for this. So as you see that 1.1, 2.1, 8.1, so it generated and it creates the test scripts with the test data. So once it is done, it actually combines. So this is not actually the AI model that we use, but it's use our model to combine the results and club into a one output file, and so this is the the text file that gets generated. As you see here, this is a test scenario, and all the test cases clearly stepped out. Steps are there, and if there are any test data, so that will be done. This is the HTML output file that's been generated. Let me open that one too. We open that. So this is the perfect view of the image, and for this image, these are all the test scenarios and the test cases being generated. You can actually you can take it from here to proceed to the next level of operations. Like it actually includes, if you want the URL to be included, if you want the test data like username password to be included, if you want the other segments to be included, all has been actually generated from here. And again, this is a kind of a first version that we have launched that actually works perfectly fine. So here and then there will be needed a modification of your assistance to keep it enhanced. But in the future versions, it will be possible for you to provide you the amazing functionalities to you on this Copilot Studio. Right? All right. So I just wanted to provide you a very maybe some of you guys are actually wondering what would be the technology behind it, because whatever the run flow that I have shown is a very high level, generating the test cases and everything. But if you really need actually a little bit of an insight of how actually it's been done, this is the slide for you. So we internally actually call this system as an agentic corrective RAG system. In the sense, as you see here, there are three ChatGPTs or the LLMs, right? So ChatGPT is a term that we have used so that people can easily understand that how actually it works. So the content documents and the vector DB and the user query. So it starts all from the user query, and which actually generates the LLM grader prompt, which actually takes the vector DB as well, and the content documents, which is actually a document-based retrieval. So that will also actually get into a prompt. Every prompt has been okay. So every prompt, there will be a context awareness that will be provided. Okay, from the prompt, it actually goes to a ChatGPT, and from the ChatGPT, it's all actually API based queries. You cannot actually see that that's happening from the front end. It goes to a decision node, and it makes that whether actually it has all the relevant documents or not. If there is a relevant documents, all documents available, then actually it generates the RAG prompt that combines the functional relevancy and items, and that prompt will be submitted to the generative AI for the generated answer. Okay. If the document, some of the documents are okay. If there is a scenario, it says that you choose the payment method or something like that. Okay. It doesn't show what all the payments method means done. Okay. For if we have specified the country means, it does not have enough information, right, to generate it. So what will happen is that it again goes to a LLM rephrase prompt and corrects the prompt, whatever that's been generated here, and then make sure that prompts contain all the data and provide it to the ChatGPT to retrieve the rephrased query, and then get all the content documents again and generates the RAG prompt. Okay, so this is how the functional intelligence works. It doesn't actually stops that whatever that one particular role or one particular ChatGPT is giving. Okay, it validates whether actually I have information or not. Okay, that is what actually we used to do, right? Okay, if we are reading our PBIs or the user stories, we go through it, and if we have some questions or if we think through it, we discuss with the people and get more clarity on that. Okay. And if even actually with the smaller circle group, if we are not actually getting enough clarity on that one, we go to a higher group to get the more information on that. Okay. In a similar way, now all these chat GPT elements work as one, one part of a user. Okay, so that it communicates between each other, validates between each other, and validates the answer too. As of now, we see that like 98% of the response that is generated are good, but there are in the ChatGPT version 2% there are there here and there mismatches. That's where the human intelligence is required to evaluate. Okay, slide please. So please feel free to let me know if you have any questions to understand it more or anything like that. So we are happy to help. And again, you guys actually know the team well here, right? Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Okay, so by this I conclude the forenoon session for this. We go and have lunch, and we can assemble back. And the lunch has been actually arranged, so we can assemble back in an hour, and by 2:15. What's the time? 1:30. Yeah, we can actually assemble it by 2:15. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Andre reaction on seeing Arun's name.